Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 443 edition of InvestData Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, as today is the last trading day of the month of July. This is the first month of the second half of the year. I'll tell you that most of the mature markets are closing what in green. Why? Because of what? Despite the changing sentiment, we can see that the expectation of rate cuts from US that today coming out being the last day of the 2 days meeting will give more more direction or more hope for investors in different domains, especially in the mature economy. But it's good news that we're seeing that most of the market will be Asia, US, and Europe. All these European market, they are all in green at this hour. I'll tell you that despite that in Japan there was a rate hike, you can see that the index there are looking up also this morning or at this hour. Also, China also rebounded on the hope of what of a stimulus package. But I'll tell you that data that are emanating from China are not still looking good because the latest one from the purchasing manager index, for the month of July, it just hit almost another lower level, which is almost the 5 months consecutive. We're seeing that this indices are looking in the southward. For me, it's not a good one for China, and these are also reflected on the commodity price, seeing that crude oil has been slowing down because of what weak demand from this the largest importer of crude oil. I believe that the economic there or the manufacturing sector or there also experiencing some setback because of what weak demand, and also can see it also on the what on the purchasing manager from the factory. When I say factory, also is talking about what manufacturing in that domain. For me, investors, in this environment are taking advantage of what is happening in other sector of the market in that environment, apart from seeing that the index is not looking good, all this while. But rebounding recently, especially at this today being the last trading day of the month of July, for me, it's a good one for Asia market, and this also rebounding also is also at a lot of what the stimulus news from China that also have supported it. And despite that, this is the second time that Japan is hiking rate. We're seeing that also the stock there are also looking up. And for me, I'm not surprised that the hike has come, but on a small basic 15 basic points up. So for me, analysts have been expecting this, and that is why I told you earlier that we are seeing foreign position going in that direction because of what because of opportunity. I think that there is also what they can gain from that environment right now. On that note, investors are saying that this rate hike also is more opportunity for us to make money in terms of the fixed income market in that environment. That's why we are seeing this happening in Japan and other markets in that region. We're not seeing that Australia, India. I think that their markets are not looking bad. I believe that it's because of the rebound in in the Chinese stock and that of Japan, knowing that I told you earlier that despite the weak purchasing manager index, but I think that what really fueled the rebound in China stock is the stimulus package bets that they're also looking at to see. That's why we're seeing that rebound majorly because we're seeing that since July, figure for purchasing manager is still weak. It shows that the business activities in that level also is also on the what on the southward direction I've said earlier. But I believe that the reading also helps investors to know. But don't forget that also the chip makers, of which is the tech companies there, were seeing a kind of a rebound, despite the Microsoft earnings that came that also that they were kind of a misnomer. But we're seeing that there's still demand for tech companies, and that tells you that this industry has come to stay because of what the strong earnings that others have posted, and also the expectation that also more companies will also beat their to beat the market expectation. Also, as they're forecasting a stronger kind of revenue, in coming subsequent what in subsequent quarters because of good demand for what for artificial intelligence. These are the things that also supporting the tech companies across not only in Asia, both in Europe and also in US. This is what is happening in that environment. Quickly, like to that, we are seeing that like I said earlier, that you know that Europe market is also heading forward for a better close today at this hour. Market in Europe are looking up just to reflect also the expectation of also inflation data and others. But today being the last the policy meeting day for Fed. There's also expect that Fed decision also have a way of shaping the market in that region. In the U.S. domain, these are the things. Don't forget that I would say that U.S. central bank, which is the Fed, has a way of influencing other central banks. But since Canada and China and ECB has cut rate, we are seeing that more of cut rate will come down remain. But we are seeing that Japan is the only one that also have gone the other way, kind of increasing the rate. But you can see that the rate of Japan increasing rate for me is very, very low, and that will not reflect much to affect them. And I believe that it's for them to control also their inflation. We are seeing that movement in Japan as we speak now in terms of rate condition. But I believe that investors in that environment also take advantage of the opportunity they are seeing in that environment to know exactly what to do when it comes to what decision taking, as regard where to put their money. But I believe that the matured economy is also pointing where investors, and around that environment to also be looking at. And you and I also don't forget that being this is also a peak of any season, not only in Nigeria here, also across the globe. That's also will be another factor that will shape the market going to the future. But I believe that as a European market is heading forward for a good deal ahead of the zone inflation data, and also Fed decision, all these are also influencing that market, and this also what I say the driver, and means what the corporate earnings as we see in focus as we speak. All right, back to Africa. African market is mixed, but if you look at NGX right now, NGX have rebounded for almost 60 days of what of correction or pullback or sell-off, anything you want to call it. But we're seeing that at the peak of earnings season yesterday and this hour, numbers that are emanating from quoted companies in Nigeria have shown that most of the companies, especially the service sectors, have shown strength. On that, we're seeing that portfolio reshuffling has continued, and also what we call a sector rotation will continue, in NGS here, and we'll come back to that section when we're looking at focus on Nahco earnings and the state of earnings in Nigeria released so far for an NGS. That will help us also to make informed decision on what we should be doing right away in the market, because the pullback has created opportunity for new entrants, for design investors, and for trader to see which industry, which company has defensive kind of characteristic, and also numbers that are managed from this company, which one is also pointing to where they are going at the end of the year. I tell you that first half of the year result is very, very important, and now that we're seeing them, how are you going to make use of this numbers? It's very, very important now that as we are seeing this number, it's pointing to where these companies are going at this season, and that also helps you to make what informed investment decision. That's why at any market cycle, whether in a bear market or a bull market, earnings is what price feed on. And at this price are coming now, we have seen prices adjusting startward for all this while. But now as their numbers are coming, investors are likely to reposition their portfolio on the strength of what? On the strength of this number. And what does that tell you? Say that the market is likely also to rebound. Despite it has been on a downtrend for almost 6 trading days, we're entering the second month of Q3, in 2024. And this also will lead into what the last month, which is September. And don't forget that the last quarter of the year is also ahead. How are you taking your trading? How are you positioning your portfolio? At this company are releasing, we have seen their first quarter. Now, second quarter is already on the ground. What are you doing? I tell you that many analysts and traders are busy now, looking at this number, interpreting and digesting where this number is going and how they can also. But that means going to the new months, we're going to see a lot of possible reshuffling, like I mentioned earlier, sector rotation, and also people have also been taking profit. And why, as market also adjusts down, because technically, I think that the market, as we speak, as at the close of trade yesterday, this market remains relatively at this season. That also tells you that investors look at all these when they are making what investment decision. Yes, we'll go straight to see what the figure that came from what, or the number that came from Nahco. Those numbers give us more insight what we should expect from Nahco. What to do? Look at Nahco in details. Look at key levels in Nahco results where you as a trader should monitor, and also look at the directional outlook of Nahco from the numbers we are saying now. Where are we seeing technically and also with the fundamental result? where is Nahco going, and also what's another also the alternative scenario of Nahco at this point. These are the things that we're going to discuss, as well. Call up Nahco number, therefore we'll come back to work to our technical analysis today. This is the number of Nahco. You can see display on the screen now, and this is what we call a consolidated separate statement for what comprehensive income. And I will tell you that if you look at the group, we're not looking at companies. Don't forget that Nahco recently has signed a lot of business to handle most international airline luggages. It tells you that this is an expansion. This is also a bigger business. And also don't forget that at their hand, most of them they earn also in dollar. This is also another way of also making money in Nigeria for Nahco. Not only that, don't forget about last year they expanded their operation to what exporting food items to different what we call it mass all these big market across the globe, in Asia, in US, in Europe, where you can walk into any bigger supermarket over there. You can see Nigeria full label, pass through normal screen and all. For me, it's also a plus for what for Nahco. But let's look at the figures. What is figures telling us? Because numbers don't lie. Especially all payment depends on this number. Whether you are giving bonus, dividend, three dividend, it's on the strength of the number they're going to give you. That's why as you're looking at technicals, you look at what is the strength of this company in terms of a fundamental. That fundamental has to do with what? With the numbers they are posted. We have seen their Q1, I've seen their Q2. This is a combination of what? First quarter to what? So that means from January to what? To June. If you look at this, my cursor here, you can see that on the revenue column, you see that the revenue for this company moved from 10.49 billion to what? To 16 billion. On this note, you can see that they kind of grew their top line by almost 53%. For me, this is good in all standard. Top line going up for by 50%. And if you look at our InvestData, if you look at our criterion to select the value of growth companies, say that any company that have grown their top line above what? Above 20%. And now you can see that these ones are moved up by what? 53%. This is a plus for the company. It tells you that there is a lot of things going forward for Nahco, and also being the service sector where in the last 2 years they've increased their the handle of luggage. For me, it's a plus for what? For Nahco. And I believe that these are things to also play out go to the future. And also if you look at the history of dividend payment for Nahco, these are companies that grew their dividend even more than 100% on a yearly basis. It tells you that as they are doubling their earnings, they are paying out. This for me is a good one, that Nahco is kind of a standard for that industry in terms of payment, and also as a leader in terms of price, in terms of dividend payout. You can see where they are heading to. If you look at also the other incomes for the period, other incomes also were up from 203.49 million to 358.3 million for this period of that review. At the end of the day, you look at the financial income also was up from 4.81 million to 43.2 million. For me, it's a 2 million. 1.3 million is a good one for the company, and I would say that is a good board. You can see that that's why I say at this point when we look at this, look at cost of finance. Cost of finance is more than what? More than triple. You can see from 93.93 million to 427.3 million for the current year. This is huge, and these are also reflected on their profit margin at the end of the day. If you look at the profit after tax for the period, from 16 billion that translates to what? To 3.3 billion against 2.34 billion in 2023, represent about 42.3% up in the degree. This is also a good number. But if you look at the profit margin for the period, it dropped from 22.31 in 2023 to what? To 22.81. In all standard, this also is above the 10% that is in anywhere standard and internationally anywhere in the world. Once a company profit margin is above 10%, say that's also a well-run company. For Nahco, now you can see that Nahco has recorded 20.8% against 22.31%. This is a reflection of what? High cost of what? Of activities in Nigeria. You can see everything, cost of production, cost of even labor has also increased. You can see all this reflecting on this number. But the good thing is that the company maintained the focus, and we are seeing that they are still doing well in terms of number. At the end of the day, this translates to what 1 naira 71 kobo. That means you can even forecast 4 naira for this company at the end of the year. Why is it 4 naira? 1 naira 71 kobo for second quarter. And also don't forget that the last quarter of the year, where you see a lot of activities for work for airline, where more business will come from Nahco, we are likely to see almost double what they have done, in all this quarter. That's why I said at the end of the year, a forecast of what 4 naira earning per share for Nahco against 1 naira, and I think what they've done in 2023 half year. I think that this year 2024, their half year result, half year EPS is what 191 kobo. Why the forecast is for 4 naira against what 119 kobo in 2023. For me, it's a good one. Going further to look at other and the other page of this analysis, if you look at their balance sheet, we are seeing that their retained earnings has also improved tremendously from what they did in 2023, the same period. That means this company are also saving forward, and when they have a robust retained earning, it's also boost for the shareholders fund. For me, it's a good one for Nahco. But going further to see their cash flow, I tell you, cash flow is very, very important. Any analysis you are doing, the company cash flow is looking down and earnings is looking up. It tells that it's a pointer that it's a matter of time going to see a reversal. But for Nahco, I think that their earnings is looking up, while their cash flow is also looking up. That tells that there's hope that we're going to see a better number. For Nahco, the cash flow moved from 1.4 billion in 2023 to 7.66 billion in 2024. You can see the margin from 1.4 billion in 2023 to 7.6. That this company, there's a lot of activity cash to meet their activity. That means they are really financially buoyant. You can see, I've said that again. But at the end of the day, what matters to investors that all will come out, and that is why consistency in their dividend policy also is a pointer. And if you look at if you look at the chart of Nahco, here, from where I say we want to look at different levels of Nahco's chart. We want to look different level. You can see that this is a daily chart now. So that Nahco has broken out the last resistance level. Let's take it to a weekly chart. That's why looking at different level help you to know and to understand where Nahco is coming from. So look at the chart where Nahco started in almost 2022, and see where it has remained above the T line. The T line is the red line we are seeing here. It has stayed above it. Whenever it comes below the T line, it is a little time after start trending. You can see that it's above it. That's why it has making what a higher high. You can see at this point, this was the first resistance level. When it came here, it came down. It came here, it broke out the signal. It continued trend. That trend. These levels also tell you that the stock moved what in steps. You can see that from here to here. You can see steps are right here. The same thing here. It move up here, pull back again, continue here. Now it break out the last 37 naira that has been the peak for the highest price so far. Now it had made almost 39.40. Now trading at what at 39. At this point again, it's going for you to, as a trader or investor, to see what you can do by to make sure that you position in this kind of stock, especially for income investor and those that are looking for capital appreciation. Once you see that we're entering the last quarter of the year, we're going to see another. Also, if you look at other indicators here on a weekly chart, you can see that MACD is very, very positive, and while money flow is trading almost was 79.44. For me, this stock is very strong. Even on a daily chart, you can see that the stock is also having a good money flow. And on 70, that's why that is looking down. This is a strong one, and MACD is also bullish. That's why we're seeing that they're trying to come down, but as we speak now, it still remain bullish at the end of what? At the end of trading on yesterday, on Tuesday. For me, there's no cause for alarm. If you are in these stocks, look ahead. But for me, the alternative scenario is that for those that have made profit in the stock, you can take profit, nothing stop you because it's your fund. Depend on your investment objective. But I believe that there's upside potential for Nahco. Nahco is a stock that can hit 45 naira with ease. Before the end of the year, do that in the dividend period instead of the first quarter of 2025. By God grace, we expect this one to be around not less than 52 naira, and that is a plus for for those that are thinking for to stay in the store for 6 months or 5 months. For me, it's a good time for you to start looking the work of Nahco if you are if you are a trader or investor in the market. Yes, because of our time, we can look at what is the state of the market right away. Look at the state of the market. Before we let's look at what is the market data saying right now, because that market data will give us a lot of information to know what to do right now as investor. When you're looking at the market data, it gives you an insight to what is happening live at this hour as trade is ongoing on the floor of Nigeria Stock Exchange. That's why our data is a live one. Let's look at what is the figures saying. What is the market statistics right now as we speak? Looking at the stock. This is the stock that also market that also oscillated right now. The stock have opened. Market and NGX have opened strongly in the morning, but at this afternoon, because of public activities, we are seeing that it's slowing down. For right now to speak, we are seeing that the market is still below this, the 98,000 psychological line. It's trading at 97,839.77, up by just a marginal, 9.12 basic point, 0.001. This is what have given us market that have recorded almost 0.18 this morning. But to speak now, I think that the market is almost flat. Which you can see on the chart here that the market is almost flat. For good to look at the market breadth or for market internals, I think that market breadth is positive. We're seeing the 27 gainers right now against 18 losers, and for me it's a good one. If you look at the loser chart, PZ is leading that chart, down by 9.8%, followed by Conhol. I will tell you, Conhol result was very positive. We were seeing a kind of a pullback down by 9.7, then around 130 kobo, followed by Omatech result is Omatech result for me is in no go area. They are still posting loss, but I'm not surprised that it's still going down by 9.7, followed by for Afripool, the market or put a regulator has to sit up. Publication was seen that a bonus of 1 for 1, and N was seen that a bonus need. This is a confusing direction, which is not good for the market. I think the regulator should also stand on this and also take a stand on this kind of information. I think that Nahco is still coming down, now trading below 30, 29.50, down by 8 forward, 9 by 8.8. I was that also, this industrial, material gas is also up. The industrial medical gas, the medical gas is up by 10%, 14.30 kobo, followed by university press, 10%. Also that also UACN is up by also 9.8. I will tell you the result that came from UACN was not looking bad, but I will tell you that FS is part of that really impacted the UACN result, followed by Cornerstone Insurance. Cornerstone have been strong since open this morning, 9.6 in the green, and also Academic Press also 1.90 kobo, up by what? Up by 9.5. Look at the activities chart. Here we are seeing that the life of Fidelity is leading about more than 1 billion shares this morning. This is thought that I've extended their right issue for till August 12th. But as to speak now, stock is trading traded more than 1.3 billion shares this morning at 10 naira 55 kobo. For Wando maintain price of 26 naira, traded at 37.2 million shares at this hour. Wisenet Bank has also further adjusted down to the south, trading around 33 naira 95 kobo, traded at 35.3 million shares at this moment. And we're seeing also Veterans Capital is up from 96 to 98, traded 28.3 million shares as to speak. And Conhol also that traded 22.3 million shares at 1 naira 30 kobo right away. This is the state of the market. We quickly go to the chart because of our time is far spent. Look at the chart now. You can see that market has been on a pullback. You can see it here for straight 6 days. This morning market. Let's quickly look at the market. Let's zoom the market so you can get what is the data saying, because this chart here tells you a lot of story. You can see this morning that the market has can see from here for the past 16 days, market has been on the southward movement. For this moment, we're seeing volume. You can see the volume, but this volume is already in red now because market have rallied up. You can see the wick here before coming down or to stay in the red. And I'll tell you that volume is coming, and this volume is being driven by what? By transaction in Fidelity at this hour. This is the state of the market, but I'll tell you with this chart formation, market is still on a what we call a decline phase, or what we call a markdown phase. Is what the market is doing. And I will quickly call on our call out some indicators that we use for analysis in this class. For those that are used to know that we have indicators that will simply give you the state of the market in terms of momentum and what and money flow and where it's from entering in the market. You get it easily using a money flow index and tell you where the fund is going. Our fund is moving the market. Well, for MACD or use a relative strength index, use a RSI to gauge your momentum indicators. But here we check our C line to 8 days moving average exponential. That is what we use to work for. It acts as our resistance and also our support to know the state of the market in terms of momentum. Right now you can see that the momentum is weak because the index action is below what? Is below the T line. You can see the T line, the blue line you are seeing here. There's the market is, and also we are seeing a volume on it. You can see strong volume here But money flow index is already doing that. Yesterday, it's as high as what 52. But this hour, I can see that it's looking at even when the market has opened strong in the morning before, sliding toward this or pulling back into this mode of profit taking. But I'll tell you that more stocks are still on demand. Looking at what the gainers, what we call the gainers and the advancers and decline ratio. I'll tell you that the market is still very, very much on the buying state because the results are giving investor an insight and prices that suffer losses as a result of what? As a result of pullback. That is what we're seeing in the market. Look at 1 hour chart for the index. What is it doing right away? In the 1 hour chart, the market is still below the T line. You can see it here. You can see the volume, but right now, you can see that also money flow reading up 53, looking down. There's a good thing that you can see that the market is doing on a shorter time frame. Market is giving us that market is about to work to cross over to become a bullish. And I'm not surprised with the strength of the numbers, especially from service sector, insurance sector, the banking sector that we so far, and also other services like Nahco, Analyzing, and also Sacco. We're seeing improvement result from other result like the printing press. We're seeing the improved numbers around there. Especially we have seen that of the agri sector before now. And also the number that came from oil sector are not looking bad. That the major sector that I'm seeing setback is what the result that came from telecom sector. Telecom sector, we can see the results that came from Airtel and that of and that of MTN. These numbers are not looking. And what of that consumer goods, see the result that came from Nestle and what that came from Dangote Sugar. Yes, Dangote Sugar, we see that the partner they're likely to match with are seeing consistent in a NASCOM result, despite there's a kind of a slide in their ends, but they are seeing green. There's no FS issue that took them to lose much. But for me, it's a decline that we're seeing their profitability they can rebound in the next quarter, especially in the last quarter of the year where there's high demand. And also with the proposal or the kind of increase in the wages of workers in Nigeria. That means despite I see below what is happening 70,000, that will a little improve their consumption. We might see going to the last quarter of the year, we might see changes in this sector where consumption is good, so that demand also improve because of input in what in income. These are the states of the market technically. But before we go, let's quickly look at what is the market doing in the last 4 hours performance. Let's look at the 4 hours. 4 hours, I can see there's a sign of rebound here, but it's not strong. But good thing that look at money flow. Money flow have moved up sharply from even below the 20, reading to almost at 34. For me, it's a plus for the market as to speak. But MACD remain bearish. If you look at this setting here, MACD is still bearish on 4 hour chart. But because of our time, we quickly look at what is happening in Wando. On Wando, the momentum there is still strong. It's good that we know or we'll ask. And that will tell you whether you should hold your position or take profit or where this company is going ahead of their number. You can see that this company has gone as high almost 27 today, 26.95 kobo, but pullback was still staying around what around 26 10. Probably there's still strength. You can see that MACD, money flow is looking up sharply. You can see that despite the profit taking, we're seeing a reading above 1993, and MACD is very, very sharp. Even with the 4 hour 10 of a sign of profit taking here. But quickly look at more 1 hour chart for Wando. That gives us a clear direction. I see there's profit taking after touching even almost 27, 695, then now trading at 690. For me, it's not a bad one. Both on the short term, on a shorter time frame of 1 hour and 4 hours, the stock remain bullish for this this hour. If we look at again, let's look at the life of Julius Berger. Let's see the JB. Let's start with JB. Let's see. That is what we need to round up for today. Our time is fast spent. Yes, we'll continue on Friday, hopefully by God's grace. Look at what JB is doing right now for call it a day. That was inside what JB is doing. Julius Berger, Nigeria. Let's see the position of that stock right now. I'm not getting Julius Berger here. Symbol is JB. Yeah, you can see this chart on 1 hour. You can see that stock always come below the T line. You can see T line serve as a resistance, as a support. You can see it here all this while. But you can see where the stock started almost as low as can see it here at the end of in the last year it's almost like 47. Can see where it's going at. It has gone as high at this point. Stay for a while, came down. But now there's a breakout already that the stock have tested almost 130 recently before coming. This is one I watch at. But let's quickly look at the money flow is looking up the stock among these. But let's look at the 4 hour chart to run it up for this because better. That'll give us a clear picture. You can see that the stock after as high as what 103 or 107 before pulling back to sell at what then 105 now 150 could go right away. But good thing that MACD is really very strong and for money flow is already looking down. On this note, I will say thank you and enjoy the rest of your trading day. See you on Friday, hopefully by God's grace. Bye.